Hello and welcome to my escape. I'm back. We're not going to talk about it right now because I've been back for a couple weeks and I posted nothing because it's gotten in my head. So we're going to hop in with the easiest thing to possibly do. It's a book haul. We're doing a book haul because guess who's finally home and has all their books in one place, out and accessible for the first time in literally 10 years. I mean, if you guess me, you're a genius, and you're also correct. So, instead of it being like a sit down, I'm gonna talk to you video, we're gonna go and we're gonna take all of these off, okay? And then all of these guys, I'm gonna tier rank on how excited I am to read them. They're all new, okay? We got 39 books in this video, and we're gonna do a real life tier ranking because I don't wanna get my laptop out. Okay. We have cleared the shelf. Our categories are top tier. I want to pick this up right now. And I know what you should be saying, okay? If you buy a book, you should want to pick it up right now, and you're not wrong, okay? But again, not all of them fit in this category. This is why we're doing a tier rank. So, I want to pick this up right now, top tier books. Then we got It's Calling to Me, but I'm not going to change my plans for it. So I do have plans from pretty much now to the end of December. I kind of have in my head an idea of what I want, but I am a mood reader, so some of that might change. Some of these might persuade me to change it, but these aren't really going to cause me to deviate from my plan. And then I'm happy they're here. Not necessarily calling to me. Can't say I'll pick it up anytime soon, but I'm really happy to have them on my shelf. And then could have been a pass. Stuff in hindsight was probably more of I just bought it because I was buying other stuff than I actually bought it because I was excited about it. So it could have been a passes down here, all right? We all make mistakes. Let's begin. I'm just going to start with the one that everyone keeps asking about because I did buy Empire of the Damned. I went in the store and I bought this one new because I was dying while I was away. I wanted the sequel so much. I loved the first one, wanted the sequel. So I went and I bought it new, and I never buy a new book. That I want to pick up right now. It's too tall. If you're coming from my Empire of the Vampire video, have you read the sequel? I just hit my face with that. That kind of scratched me. Have you read it? And give me some hype to pick it up. Because I'm already hyped, but again, I need more hype. Also the Indigo exclusive edition, which I didn't really care about at the time. But I told you guys I picked up some books today. Also, none of these are organized aside from the first two. I did make sure these were the first two. Because guess what I picked up today? Empire of the Vampire, the first of the series of that one. And yes, I do own this one already. And I don't usually own 2 copies of the same book, but I love this book. This is the Waterstones edition. I'm obsessed, okay? This is the Indigo exclusive edition that she was signed by the author, also signed by the author, that she was selling for virtually nothing. And it matches the other one. So I'm not mad. Did I need it? No. And honestly, it could have been a pass. I do already own it. Okay, and I do like the other one better, but I like that this one I can line up with that one on my shelf, and this one will be more like a reading one. I don't really want to read the Waterstones one. I just like to look at it. So it could have been a pass. I'm going to be honest. It could have been a pass. I'm sorry. I still love the book. The book is still chef's kiss phenomenal, but I did already have it. So going back to this one, I did go in immediately once I got home and got it from the bookstore, but because I was already in the bookstore, I was like, what else can I be looking for? And I came across these 3. I don't normally buy a series altogether, especially brand new. I don't know what came over me. Other than I really liked the covers. I'm not crazy about the sprayed edges. And they're by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's like a YA magic boarding school where you have half-bloods that are like half mortal, half like angel or something like that, but they're powerless. And then you have like the half mortal, half angels that have powers. But she's a powerless one, and that means she can either be a servant or a demon hunter. So she goes to this boarding school to learn how to be a demon hunter. So yeah, I honestly just love the colors and I love the author. These are calling to me. I'm not gonna lie. These are calling to me. They're not screaming my name, but they are calling to me. Okay, What Lies Beyond the Veil? We love. This is a fairy one. And I have heard a lot of people talk about it, and my one friend, like real life friend, has tried to convince me to read it several times. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll get around to it. But when this was being sold for virtually nothing, because I went to a book garage sale this morning, and she was like, yeah, all books here are the same price, whether they're special editions or not. I said, oh my God, let me get this on my shelf. So I haven't sat with this one for that long, but I can't really say it's calling to me right now. So maybe just like I'm happy it's here. Then I picked up The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing. This is the second and third in the Cruel Prince trilogy. I love this book, and I really like this book, but I love this book. This is my favorite of the series. I'm so happy to own these finally. I didn't want to pay an arm and a leg for them. I have already read the whole trilogy, but this is something that I would reread probably 2 or 3 times, and I want on my shelf, and I have the first one down there at the bottom. So I don't know when I'm going to be getting into a reread, because again, I got a lot planned coming up, but I'm happy they're here. I'm really actually happy they're here because I've been looking for them for a long time within a price range that I was willing to spend. Doing a really bad job at explaining what the series are. So again, second and third, but the series as a whole follows a mortal girl in a fairy world. She has grown up there, but she's faced extreme bullying because she's mortal. This is like kind of her coming into her own, not her own power in the sense of like magic, but her own power as in like her own autonomy and her own brain, I guess. Her just kind of rising in a society that thinks absolutely nothing of her. Also, if you're looking for a stabby, smart, killer FMC, Jude. Okay, we love Jude. Jude is one of my favorite main characters ever. Oh, I'm so excited those are on my shelf now. Okay, then we have The Glass Sword, King's Cage, Warstorm. This is the 2nd through 4th of the Red Queen series. I do own the Red Queens over there. It is something I wanted to get into for a while, but I didn't want to commit to a series where I then had to go buy the other ones. These are often sold used, but often in very, very rough condition, and these are in like pristine condition. So we love, for a price that I wanted. So I know it's a series I'm going to get to eventually, and I do like just being able to crush it back to back if I wanted to. So it's not really calling to me, but I am happy to have them. And I will say, for all the ones that I'm like, I'm happy to have them, those 6, I only bought this morning. And when I say this morning, I mean about 45 minutes ago. So they haven't really been sitting on my shelf to call to me. But as of right now, they're not calling to me. This one is calling to me. And then I got Twin Crowns. Okay, I have heard a little bit about that. Look at the edging. Okay, I got this used for, again, virtually nothing. And it's in great condition. Okay, we love. This is like twins or sisters separated at birth, and one of them's a princess and one of them was like stolen from the kingdom or something. So that stolen sister comes back to usurp her own like princess sister on the throne because she can just slide in. I think because they're twins. Again, haven't read it. But yes, this one, I do want to pick this up right now, but it is just calling to me though. I don't know if I would change my plans for it. I think it's gonna go there. I think it's just calling to me. Can't say I'm dying to pick it up right now. Another 3 I got. I love how I was like, I don't buy series altogether. I'm looking at this stack now and what I've already put up there. I might just be a liar, and I'm sorry about that, okay? In my mind, I was speaking the truth. But anyways, we got the 2nd and 3rd. So 2nd is A Strange Hymn, and 3rd is Dark Harmony, and then we have this novella thing that I think goes in the middle. This finishes the Rhapsodic series, or The Bargainer is what the series is actually called. The first book is Rhapsodic. I do own the first book. I have read it. I didn't love it, and I had no intention of finishing the series. However, I love these covers. I just truly think about them all the time, and I love them. And they're the indie covers, so they're not in print anymore as far as I'm aware. And I was like, you know what? I didn't hate the series. I'll finish it if I can have these on my shelf. So now I do, okay? They're not in great condition. The bindings on them are broken. I'm gonna split it up. These I'm just kind of happy to have, okay? I'm happy they're here. A Strange Hymn. Oddly, I want to pick this up right now. And I actually had it by my bedside table. I was going to pick it up last night. I don't know why, knowing that I didn't love the first one, this seems like such a priority to me, but it does. So, yeah, I don't know. Then we got Barbarian Alien, Barbarian Lover, Barbarian Mine. So this is books 2, 3, and 4 of the series. I have the first one somewhere else, but it's in a different edition. I've already read all of these 3. Like, before I ever bought them, I'd already read them. The 3rd and 4th I didn't love. The 1st and 2nd I really did love, but I crushed them all in a day. And then the day before, like in January, but the day before I saw these on the platform since I've been back, like the buying platform, I was actually lying in bed being like, I could restart that because I really want a language barrier trope. I don't know what that trope is called, but when they can't physically speak to each other because they can't understand one another, I want one of those. It was really, you know, that's what I wanted. And then the library was like a 3-week wait or whatever, which isn't bad, but I wanted it right then. And then the next day, what do I see? What do I see? So I was like, I'm already going to buy other things, so I might as well buy these two. Since then, I have reread the first one, and I started this one, I think I'm like 3 chapters into this one again. So, yeah, I don't know. These, honestly, they could have been a pass. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't really like them the first time I read them. I didn't really like them. I don't actually know why I bought them. I think I was just excited. But thinking back on it, when I went back to my Goodreads and actually like read their descriptions, I didn't love them. I didn't love them. Especially the third one, didn't love it at all. I like this one though, ish. Honestly, I'm just happy they're here. Even though I did pick it up, it didn't like hold my interest. I just picked it up because I just put down the first. So I can't say I want to pick this up right now, but I'm happy it's on my shelf. Blood Scion. That word right there. We love. Okay, we don't love the blue sprayed edges, but we love the quality of it. This is like vengeful FMC takes down the Empire from inside the military. She gets drafted, she has secret magical powers, and she's like, I'm gonna destroy you guys, and I'm gonna do it from within. I'm really excited to get into this one, and I actually really want to pick this one up right now. Okay, I do. I really, really do. Okay, I'm so excited about this one. Okay, Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I adore this cover. Look at it. Okay, I'm literally obsessed with it. This is the second in, I don't know what the series is called, but the first one is Children of Blood and Bone. I haven't read that one, but I do own it. And I really want to pick this one up right now, even though it's the second in the series. But this is like the main characters develop powers to overthrow the monarchy, but it's got like real deep colonial vibes to it. Like it really, to me, when I read the description and everything on it, it's kind of like if colonialism gave people magical powers to then overthrow the oppressors, it would be this book. Those are the vibes I'm getting. Again, I haven't read it. Those are the vibes it's giving, and I'm kind of loving it for that. So although it makes no sense because I have to read the first one first, I'm dying to pick this specific one up. Then I got The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. Stenciled edges on a used book that costs virtually nothing, guys. I was spoiled when I came back, okay? Spoiled. I had never heard of this one before, but I'm actually really, really excited for it. So basically, this is based off of Asian mythology. Just from the description alone, nothing really points to one country specifically, and it is just tagged as Asian mythology. I'm not saying that to be insensitive or anything like that. I'm just giving you like the vibe for it. Our main girl lives in this town, and it's just like natural disaster after natural disaster after natural disaster. So the town starts sacrificing women to appease the water god. She decides, you know, due to some other circumstances, that she's gonna sacrifice herself. So she throws herself into the water, and then the book follows her going through the spirit realm, trying to figure out what is going on. Not only am I obsessed with the stenciled edging, I just have like fallen asleep thinking about this book for like 4 days now. And I didn't get the book 4 days ago, but like just for apparently the last 4 days, I'm like, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. I'm so excited for this. Like, I want to pick it up right now. Another great one, Defy the Night. Full disclosure, I have already read this one. I loved it. 5 stars in 2022, I think. I love the author. She's the same one that did A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I love A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I love Defy the Night. This is a Robin Hood retelling, but like pandemic era, before, you know, COVID pandemic. It's not giving the same vibes because this is like medieval times, and what they do is they steal medicine and vaccines from the rich and they disperse them among the poor. 5 stars. Also Robin Hood. I have a whole section down there dedicated to Robin Hood. I love Robin Hood. I do own the second book, and I got it last year, and I was really excited to get into it, but I wanted to do a reread of the first one. And now that I have the first one, I can reread this and then go into this one, and then there is the third one. I don't own it yet, but there is a third one to complete the trilogy. I am so excited to not only be able to reread this, but then to get into this one because I've reread this one. I want to pick this up right now. I want to do a reread of this book right now. Yes. Okay, The Red Palace. I am just gonna be honest. When I purchased this, I had no idea what it was about. And I Googled it. Like, I looked up the description on Goodreads and everything, and it was the right book. But what I read on Goodreads versus what my mind computed were not the same. Upon further inspection, there is no fantasy element to this. This is historical fiction, crime. Those would be the genres. I hate both of those genres, unfortunately. Now, it's not that big of a book, so I could crush it just because I own it, but this was a mistake purchase. This was, you know, rose-colored glasses, you know, when stuff's so good, you just ignore the little, like, wait a minute, in the back of your head. That was that. So it could have been a pass. Okay, and then I got, none of these are in the order of the way I got them, but you get it. Promise of Darkness and Crown of Darkness. This is the first and second in a fantasy romance series. I bought this solely because of the author. So while I was flying over to Africa, I downloaded a bunch of the Stuff My Kindle Day reads so that I could have something to read while I was away if I didn't have Wi-Fi. On the plane, I ended up picking up the one by this author, and I adored it. Okay, adored it. She's not on Kindle Unlimited. She's not on any library app that I have. I can't find her legally anywhere, okay, and we want to support authors in a legal way on this channel. So when I saw these posted online, I was like, oh my god, yes, absolutely. I don't even care what they're about. A, I like the colors. B, they're the texture that I like. And C, I really, really want more of this author. It's supposed to be like a Hades and Persephone retelling, but very loosely. It's like her mom sends her to the, you know, opposing kingdom as like a 3-month truce. While she's there, she's supposed to assassinate the guy. But she's like, I feel like my mom's lying to me about some stuff. And then she kind of uncovers what's really going on. Description doesn't sound great. But I do like the colors, I do like the texture, and I do like the author. So I'm really excited to have these on my shelf. And I kind of want to pick them up both right now. Like, I just want to actually crush this series. But again, the problem is, if it's not a 2-book series, like if it's 3 or 4 books, I can't get the 3rd or 4th books unless I break down and buy it for a stupid amount of money on Amazon. So I don't know, but I really do want to get into them right now. And then we have A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. I actually tabbed this one. Ooh, I have read this one. I have finished this one. It was a blind date with a book, so I didn't know what I was getting when I bought it. All I knew was that it was going to be a spicy, spooky rom-com. I hated it. I did. I truly hated it. I wanted to DNF this book so bad, but I didn't. I finished it. So this is very difficult to tier because I don't have a tier that says get out of my house, you know? She has a really like toxic and narcissistic mother. She underperforms in her magic even though she's been prophesized to be this like incredible witch. Everyone's like, live up to the prophecy, live up to the prophecy. And she's like, I just want a garden. Everybody needs to get the pressure off. I can't do basic magic. And then she accidentally summons a demon. And the demon's like, I can't go until we make this trade for your soul, which you summoned me for. And then they start to fake date because she has to explain why this demon has to stay around her. Could have been a pass. I really did love the blind date with a book. I'll get into more of that like later. I love the concept of a blind date with a book and I definitely would do it again. That book specifically though was just a miss for me. And then we got Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark. I have read both of these, but I read them while I was away. Actually, I might have read this one last year. I don't really remember. But I definitely read this one while I was away. I was trying to read stuff that I didn't have on my shelves back home. Now I have these on my shelves and I read both of them. They're just so fun. They're like little serial killer rom-coms. Okay, so technically dark romance, but definitely gives like rom-com vibes. So they are interconnected standalones. The first one follows a couple and they're both serial killers and they run into each other on the job, but of course they only kill bad guys, okay? The fun serial killers only kill bad people. So they run into each other on the job, you know, hunting the same dude, and the guy goes, oh my god, I'm obsessed with your work, have lunch with me. And they really hit it off, and they go, yearly, we're gonna have an annual competition about who can best kill somebody, I guess. Stabby stabby. So that's what they do. So then they come together yearly. So I think this book takes place over like 4 years. It's got some grotesque moments to it. And it's got some really, really cute, heartwarming moments to it too. This one, they come together, they don't really like each other, they have a history, and they go, you know, this original couple is being threatened and we both care about them, so we will get married to kind of like distract and detract from this and figure out a way to prevent their death. So that's what these two do. Okay? I just like this one so much more. I really did. I had so much more fun with this one, and I'm so happy these are on my shelf. I don't see myself doing a read until like next year when the third one comes out. I'll probably reread them all before I go into the third one, but I'm very happy to have them on my shelf. And then I got Radiant Sin and Cruel Seduction. This is the 4th and 5th of Katie Roberts' Neon Gods? Dark Olympus series. The first book is Neon Gods. I loved Neon Gods. I hated the second, which was Electric Idol. And then I just read the third, which I've had on my shelf for a while, but I just read it when I got these because, you know, gotta catch up, which is Wicked Beauty. I really did like Wicked Beauty. So I am excited to get into these. These are like more smut than plot. Not gonna lie, that's kind of Katie Roberts writing and we love it, okay? Essentially the series as a whole, it's based off of Greek mythology, but there's no powers and there's no gods. So they do have the names, like there is a Zeus, there is a Poseidon, there is a Persephone, but these are positions of power. So there's the Council of the 13, so like you're elected into these positions, most of them. Essentially the city is just really, really corrupt. The only magic of it, I guess, is there's a magical barrier that goes around the city which isolates them from the rest of the world, so they can do whatever they want without international interference. But aside from that, nobody has powers, everything is just politicking, betrayal, stabbing people in the back, you know, wordplay, everything like that, and you can't trust anybody. And then these are all like building relationships with people that you can trust in a world where you can trust no one. And we love that, okay? I don't see myself picking them up anytime soon just because I did just read the third in the series, but I am happy to have them on my shelf. Then we got Raybearer. So this follows our main girl, but she's raised virtually in complete isolation, and she has her mother, which is called the Lady, and that's really all she interacts with. And then she gets chosen to. I bought it, and then I came home and I realized that it's in fact not part of the From Blood and Ash series. And she's really, really excited because the councilmen all have the Flesh and Fire mentally, and she thinks that'll give her like a sense of like family and you know community that she's really been lacking all her life. So she's really looking at that for like the family and the attachment kind of aspect, but her mom makes her swear some magical oath of some kind that she can't get out of, that she'll kill the crown prince. I don't know how you carry out a murder plot when everyone's mentally synced up, but I'd love to find out. So it is calling to me, but it's not screaming at me. Then we have Binti. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. This one is really skinny, but it is, I think, a collection of 3. Like, it is like a trilogy, technically, and this is the whole thing. This follows a young girl from an African tribe, and I think it's Himba. Okay, Himba is the tribe. I always say Hoima in my mind, but Hoima is a city. I just read the H in my mind says Hoima, but it's Himba. So she's a Himba woman, or young girl, and she gets chosen to go to this intergalactic university. And she's so excited, of course. So she gets on the spaceship to take her there. And then on the transport, they just massacre everybody. So she survives, but now she's hiding on the spaceship. She's trying to figure out what's going on. And she's trying to figure out how to protect, you know, the university and where they're going to land so that she doesn't just like release these murders upon everybody. And she's trying to figure out how she ended up here, why she was called here, why was everyone else called here just to massacre them, like what is going on. So it is a mystery wrapped up in that. I feel like this will get me back into sci-fi. It is calling to me, but not deeply. Okay, then we got Born of Blood and Ash. I did buy this one new because when I was shopping for the other ones, I saw this on the table and it had the little sticker that said buy now for $20 or buy later for $25. This, I thought, was in the From Blood and Ash series, and I was like, I'm gonna read the whole thing anyways, so I'm gonna buy it now for $20 instead of down the road for $25. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. I just kind of say that with sadness. Not because I wouldn't have bought it anyways, because I would have. Just that in this series, I've only read the first 2, and this is book 4. Whereas in the other one, I really wanted book 5 because I have started book 4 and then was going to go right into book 5. So this one is just going to sit on my shelf for quite some time before I get to it, but I am happy to have it. So I did mention the blind date with a book thing. Okay, so I did find the person and I was really excited. I was so excited. I was like, this is so cool. I want one so bad. So I got one and it was great. The stickers were gorgeous. Okay, it comes with a little like tracker for how many books you've read. Lovely. love. The book, however, though, because I sent her my Goodreads because I didn't want any repeats, and she was like, I have something on your wanting to read list. I'll put that. And I was like, oh my god, bet, this is gonna be great. I really need to go through that list because this is what No! I had in my mind that I was gonna have it's called Blind Date with a Book. I thought I was gonna have like a cute little like self-care day. I mean, all I do is self-care, so it's fine. And just like read one book in the day and just have this like blind date with a book thing. I don't know what your reading level is, but mine is not crushing this in one day. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but it could have been a pass. I don't know when I'm ever gonna pick this up to read, okay? A, it's just so intimidating. And B, I already have the prequel and I'm struggling with it, so it is what it is. And although you might be saying, okay, you did 2 blind date with the book and they both kind of flopped, maybe don't do this anymore. Incorrect. Incorrect. I'm so excited for them. And then I got these, and technically I didn't really get them. They're my mom's, but she gave them to me because she thinks that this is a series that we might both actually love. My mom loves Nora Roberts. Like I think her goal is to read every Nora Roberts book ever. And my mom doesn't like fantasy. But she loved this fantasy series. So the first one is Dark Witch, and then Shadow Spell, and then Blood Magic. And they're all like the ruffled edges. I love these. Oh, maybe not that finger. I love these, okay? In terms of what they're about, I have no idea. There's no description of magic on the first one until the like second to last sentence where it's like there's evil around. It says Dark Witch on it. She better be a witch is all I'm saying. But apparently this girl goes to Ireland on her grandma's like suggestion. She goes to Ireland, runs into her cousins. Her cousins are like, hey, come stay with us. She does, and then she starts hitting it off with let me read the description of him to you. So at the local stables, she meets the owner, Boyle McGrath, cowboy, pirate, wild tribal horseman. Okay, so he's got a lot going on. He's got a very busy schedule, okay? He's an overachiever. I don't know. But I am excited because I do want to read a book series that my mom likes and has read as well. I just think that would be so fun. And I've done it a couple times with my dad, and I want to with my mom too. So it's calling to me, but it's not anytime soon. We have Song of the Forever Rains and Dance of a Burning Sea. This is book 1 and 2 of a series. I don't know. I love the covers. Okay, I just do. They're giving special edition, even though they're not. Fantasy romance. She is a siren, essentially. She's got a magic voice. And to me, a magic voice equals a siren. But she uses her voice to kill monsters, and then she has to use it against the Duke. But she meets the Duke, and she's like, oh, are you really so bad? As romantasy goes. I actually really want to pick these up right now. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to pick these up right now. And I think it's solely because of the cover. Now, just, to put a little disclaimer at the bottom, just because I said I want to pick these up right now doesn't mean I will. Some of these books I've had now upwards of 2 weeks and I haven't touched them. So it's the vibe behind it. For example, the book I just started reading is A War of Two Queens. I've had that one on my shelf for 2.5 years. And if I was to do this video, that would have been I want to pick this up right now, and has been for 2.5 years. It still took me 2.5 years to get there. What I choose to read makes no sense, not even to me. But regardless, I am really, really excited for these. But that is all I have for you right now. I do have to put my shelves back together because, yeah. But finally, because I've just kind of put everything, all my book hauls to the side, I can put everything on my shelves and have them the way I want them to be. So thank you for being with me in this video. I'm sorry I haven't posted for so long. I don't really have a good reason why I didn't. I have some reasons. Not really, since I've been back in Canada. But anyways, I'm back. All my books are in one place. I'm really pumped about that. I've been loving what I've been reading so far. So my wrap up will be coming. That's all I got though. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. In terms of comments, if you want to do me a big solid, any of these, if you didn't like them, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't take away my motivation to pick these up. However, any of these that you're like, girl, this is so good, you gotta pick this up right now, feel free. Have at it. Convince me, persuade me. that's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to try to post more, but I'm not going to announce a posting schedule as of yet. And now I'm going to go put my bookshelves all back together.